Aquarius, it's very clear that many activations are coming through, a lot of different downloads, how you want to be of service to the collective, but also your own needs, loves, and passions as well. This Pisces season seems to be really putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, and everything that you've went through this past energetic year, the past 12 months, you're just like, oh, this was why I had to learn these things. Or it's even more clear now what my purpose or my mission is and how I'm going to serve different groups of people. What was very interesting, and I've never received this intuitive channel before, but you were in a medical lab, almost like studying anatomy, and you were looking at a cadaver, but you were looking at the veins in the forearm and like what vein controlled each finger. And you're like, oh, like this is so interesting that humans are wired like this, or that they reach for or they consume things because of this. So some of you might be studying medicine or studying psychology or just studying human beings in certain types of way, or even just sitting back and kind of looking and saying, this is very interesting that this stimuli causes this reaction. And again, it wasn't in a judgmental way. You're just very curious about examining the human body and what makes it click or what makes certain things activate in the body, especially. And then it switched to a seagull flying over waters. And so this was kind of twofold. It was very interesting in terms of you might feel like you're taking flight, Aquarius, and going from land to land and really seeing what's out there, or wanting to travel to new places, to interact with different people, to get new information, to get new knowledge. But then also, we know that seagulls are quite loud and they squawk, and it can maybe not be the most pleasant. Kind of reminds me of Scuttle off The Little Mermaid, where he can be fun and entertaining, but then full of a lot of noise. And so it might also be like half of that channel message seems like you guys want to fly and expand. But then part of it is like, there are a lot of people saying a lot of things very loudly, and it's just empty noise, and that it's not worth distracting yourself or listening to at all. And it was interesting because then this seagull flew past a window, and then you closed the window very adamantly, and then you were in bed with this really hot, sexy lover. I was like, oh yes, that's Venus and Mars about to enter Aquarius. It also seemed like it kind of landed in the Maldives, or this very luxurious island type setting. So for those of you who are manifesting a trip or a getaway with a lover, this is a very big yes, and kind of shutting out or not needing to pay attention to certain energies that are just arrogant and obnoxious, that you just wanted to spend time with this amazing lover and honor that space. So these are all things to look forward to. And also, I trust you all had a wonderful birthday during your season. And like I was saying before, Venus and Mars are about to enter Aquarius on March 6th. We have the Pisces new moon on March 2nd, the most auspicious, benevolent, powerful new moon of the entire year, given that the sun and moon are conjunct Jupiter, co-present Neptune. So what is it that you're wanting to create, whether it's of being of service and helping mankind, or your own beautiful relationships and love and passion that you are cultivating? And then understanding where you're meant to grow or meant to travel. Just travel seems very big as well. So I'm sure some of you are itching to go out more just to connect with different people. That was coming through very clearly. So now getting to the tarot cards, I used the Steel Wizard tarot deck. I just felt intuitively called for different opportunity for major and minor arcana to fall through. The first three cards that we have, the Three of Cups with the Justice card and the Soul Twins major arcana that came through. So this for me is like balance, harmony, love, relationships, being able to enjoy that fellowship, being able to enjoy all of your hard work. Some of you might still be extending the celebrations or enjoying your birthday now moving into March, which is great. I also think for some of you who are engaging in legal matters or getting certain paperwork signed or expansion, new business, that you are celebrating now. You're like, all these energies are moving in my favor. It's time for us to go and celebrate and honor all the hard work that is coming. Of course, the Justice card represents Libra and the notion of balance. And that was interesting that also came through in the channeled message of balancing work, study, being of service through travel, and then also having that intimate time with a lover or with a loved one. And I think that's also something that you're coming into more clarity or more focus, Aquarius, is who is that soul community that you are attracting, that soul family in terms of this soul twins. Yes, it could be that partner, that lover, but I also think you're getting more and more clear on the people that you're immediately serving or the type of energy you want to be around that's going to facilitate your growth, whether that's through business or chosen relationships, or it's finally balancing out now all the sacrifice and hard work that you've been doing. You're like, this is what it was all for me to be in this loving, supportive environment where I feel like my cup is overflowing so that I can be around these types of people, okay? What's interesting is that the next three cards that I pulled, we have the Five of Wands with the Emperor reversed, and then the Nine of Wands. So part of me, it's like, you know that there are certain people in power that are causing a mess, that are causing a ruckus, that are maybe causing people to chase their tails. And you're like, these people in power, these emperors, maybe these power hungry, these egotistical energies are not serving anyone. Or you yourself might be near a domineering or loud squawking seagull that you're like, what that person is saying isn't even true. Or like, why do people keep giving their energy to these types of people? And so Party was like, I'm going to make sure my boundaries are super high, that I'm protecting my energy, I'm protecting my loved ones, my community, my clients. Or part of you may also feel like you are now going to step in and be even a greater leader to hold space, to build this container, to protect those that you wish to support and to lead moving forward. It can also be frustrating too with this Five of Wands of Emperor, is that there may be groups of people following this kind of toxic energy or an energy that's not aligned with what you're wanting to serve, and not getting lost in that or looking to those people or looking to that entity and getting frustrated. And this can even be in your own family, right? It can be an abusive relationship or a close family or friend that's in that. And you can see that there's so much strife or frustration. And so you have to decide if you're going to get engaged with that energy or keep firm to know where it's your place or not to step in, and making sure that you're protecting yourself and everyone involved from that kind of, whether it's abuse or misuse of power or both. Because I think that you'll probably have an opportunity to really exert protection and boundaries over your energy. If we're talking about wands, right? That fire, that passion. And it's interesting to note too that we don't really have a lot of fire energy in the cosmos unless the moon is in a fire sign. That'll change when we enter Aries season in a few weeks, but that's also just something as well of like making sure that your own kind of fire, passion, intimacy is protected right now. And that could also be enjoying some beautiful moments with the lover or with loved ones, or taking time to ignite that flame through travel or study or whatever brings you joy. I think that's really a non-negotiable right now, Aquarius, okay? Also, like cooking is coming through as well, or like cooking over an open flame, or just utilizing that fire energy in that way. And lemons keep coming through as well, which is a nice tie into the solar plexus and that confidence in our own inner power of knowing where and how we show up. Also, like lemon Greek potatoes keep coming up. So if you've maybe been feeling like Greek food, or just making lemon infused potatoes with like some herbs and some garlic, that could also be a nice recipe to dust off and to enjoy. There also seems like a symbiotic relationship that's coming in, or someone that's going to come in that may be from a different walk of life, but is going to ignite something in you or make this realization come in. I just saw like this big energy of a giant or kind of like an ogre, but then this blue and white butterfly landing on his finger, and they just looked at each other. And even though the size difference is massive, they were all able to look at each other and being like, oh, like, the giant, the ogre, could potentially protect the butterfly, and the butterfly can give this moment of beauty and levity to the other giant ogre. And so it's like interesting of like how one small action, even like the butterfly effect, how that's going to change things. And even like going back to the cadaver channeled energy of like just pulling this one vein activates this finger. It's like no matter what the human would do, it's like by touching that nerve or that vein, it's going to cause a reaction. So even knowing where your own power lies, Aquarius, and dropping those seeds or dropping those nuggets or seeing how people grow and evolve and seeing that ripple effect move forward. And in yourself as well, those kind of moments of clarity and levity, especially between March 6th and March 10th, we're going to have Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Mercury all in Aquarius. So that also could be a really good time between the 6th and the 10th of March to be still or to see what you're attracting as a little preview for Mars and Venus's transit through Aquarius, okay? And gold kind of keeps coming through again to extend off that lemon vision. So with regards to gold, I think some of you might also want to invest in gold itself, if that's something that calls out to you, or just money, investment stocks coming through, or an opportunity to amass more power and confidence seems evident. All right, 2 cards, please. What did I say? Gold, money, opportunity, investments. 9 of Pentacles with the Weaver, another major arcana that's unique to this deck. Financial prosperity, abundance, building more of this wealth. And what are we attracting and spinning? And how is that going to help us move forward accordingly? So this can kind of be an either or, where you know what you're building and setting that as the foundation to attract the wealth, or knowing when that money comes in that these are the funnels where that is going to go. And kind of thinking as well with this energy of the maiden, the queen, the goddess, putting that money and just being like, where is this money best served? So it's like I'm attracting more wealth, more success. How can I move this money forward to kind of grow more trees and to build this forest, to build this beautiful legacy, this beauty for me, my descendants, my community to enjoy. And even too with the Weaver, it's like, what are you weaving? What story are you weaving? Your mindsets, your energy, the relationships, knowing that even if it's not manifesting in this moment, the more and more you practice that discipline, that you show up and do the work, this net, this web is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger for a greater payoff, a greater amount of money and success to come in. They also want me to show this card. The bottom card, Ace of Cups. Making sure that we're pouring from a full cup, Aquarians. I know sometimes that you have this beautiful passion to serve the collective and humanity and mankind. Making sure though that we're not sacrificing our own well-being or our own intimate relationships in favor of that, okay? Nice full cup, beautiful, overflowing love is coming through. Kind of like swim in these Pisces waters and see what's coming through. And really take time to welcome in that beautiful, overflowing love, opportunity, success, investment opportunities with the Pisces new moon that's coming up, okay? Beautiful. So that is our general reading for this Pisces season. If this reading resonated and you want to say thank you with a tip or a donation, it's always appreciated. The link to our PayPal can be found in the link in our bio. If you want an additional resource to work with these new moon energies, our Pisces new moon workshop can be found on our website. And for one-on-one readings, currently our books are closed until April. However, if you'd like to be on our waiting list to be notified if a spot opens up before then, you can leave us a message on the Contact Us tab on our website and we'll get back to you accordingly. Thank you, Aquarians, for watching. Have a beautiful rest of your Pisces season, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.